Hello, everybody. Marty Richards with Greater Richland Tourism here today with your episode of Why Do We Call It That? So today we are in the Balmoral area. Now, for those locals, some might know where it's at, some may not. It has not been a well-known location, but I'm right here in Eagle Township. And Eagle Township, just for a little reference point, home to quite a few really interesting and exciting things for visitors to do, such as Eagle Cave. We also have the Wisconsin River that runs right along the edge of it, so a lot of canoeing, fishing opportunity there as well. Not to mention one of our more unique lodging places, Anaway Place, is in Eagle Township as well. So you get to the Wisconsin River as you're going south, just back up about a mile and you'll find yourself in Balmoral. So how did it get its name? Now, right away you think, well, Balmoral, that must have some relationship to Scotland and the English, or rather the British family, because of Balmoral Castle, correct? You would be absolutely incorrect on that. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. So let's go back through the history and figure it out. So early on in this area of what we now know as Balmoral, it was actually referred to as Lawson. And really all Lawson was in the late 1800s was kind of a transient stopover place where people stayed for a bit. Once they had come up the Wisconsin River, as they were originally settling Richland County, they would stop here for a day or two, kind of get their provisions at the outpost that was here, and then head north into Richland County to settle it. As time went on, a family came and settled and renamed it from Lawson to Rodolph's Mill. So you guessed it, the family name was Rodolph. They actually, right behind me, built a dam and then built a grist mill. And that grist mill served the area for quite a while. It was known as Rodolph's Mill. The settlement moved along for a while. There were some great improvements with the grist mill, and commerce started to grow. More houses were built. And then, of course, the post office got involved and said, hey, you cannot have a possessive name. We've learned that some of our other episodes of Why Do We Call It That? You can't have a possessive name of a town in Wisconsin with an apostrophe S at the end. So Rodolph's Mill would not work. And the post office at that time, and this would be about the early 20s, late teens, early 20s, they said, this is now Balmoral. That was actually how you were supposed to pronounce it. Balmoral. Well, the locals got rid of that pretty quick. And it's Balmoral, with no relationship to Scotland or the castle there that many of us might know about, that is a residence for the royal family. So time marches on. At one point, the grist mill is actually converted to one of the first hydroelectric dams here in Richland County as well. So some real groundbreaking things happened here with settlers coming through, one of the first hydroelectric dams. However, you'll notice the dam is gone behind me now. And unfortunately, in the early 2000s, so it was right around 2007, 2008, we had a series of very heavy floods, a lot of heavy rains, torrential rains, and there was a great concern at one point that the dam was going to fail. So after that last storm, then the dam was removed. Now Mill Creek comes through here, which is actually a really popular fishing creek. A lot of trout can be caught in Mill Creek. It is a Class 1 trout stream. So I did not do a very good job of explaining why we call it Balmoral, but kind of some interesting history and some groundbreaking history there. So when you're here in Eagle Township and in the greater Richland area, this is a really interesting area to go to, with Eagle Cave, to visit them, as well as the Wisconsin River with canoeing and fishing opportunities, but also the Mill Creek as well, which is a great opportunity for trout fishing. So that is, I guess, why we call it Balmoral here in the greater Richland area. So for Greater Richland Tourism, I'm Marty Richards. Let's everybody have a great day.